Hello. We are back with our second live today, and we have got an absolute treat in store for you. So, we have got our wonderful Coaching Catalysts Collective Supervisor, Nicola Rae, and Nicola's going to be sharing with us all about her coaching, her wonderful coach supervision, and how you can work with her. So, without further ado, let's welcome Nicola to come and join us. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So people might be sick and tired of Sarah and I because we've already just gone live before this, but this is definitely going to be worth everyone's time. So please, if you are listening to this, please give us some reactions, some love, some hearts so that we can boost this video and let us know if you are tuning in as well so we can say hello to you all. So, Nicola, we are doing Showcase Week. We're doing Showcase Week this week on all of the supervisors. So that's yourself, Dawn, Phyllis, and we're really excited to showcase you again to the community. For those who don't know anything about you or that need a reminder, can you let everyone know who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. My name's Nicola Rae. I have my fingers in different parts of the coaching pie. So I'm an ICF coach. I'm also a coach trainer and I'm a coach supervisor. The way that my work looks at the moment is that I've got a private practice where I work with coaching clients and supervision clients individually. And then also I work with quite a lot of corporates as well, delivering coaching programs for them. And something that I've added more recently is some consultancy. So kind of mixing that coaching and consultancy. So that's kind of a bit about what I do. In terms of my approach, I lean on neuroscience, transactional analysis, and positive psychology quite a lot. And in kind of summing up my approach, I say that I work from a systems lens, but a solutions focus. So for me, people's lived experience, the context that they're bringing, the systems that they exist in, whether it be familial, cultural, systems of oppression, they are in the room with us. And then we're looking at, right, this is the reality. What can we do with this? And where can they kind of draw on their own systems of resilience and frameworks of resilience that they have. But also, I think it's so important to take it away from the individual and for them to know that often the way that they are feeling and thinking is systematic of the system that's in place. And even just recognizing that for them can be really helpful, relieves lots of pressure, but also helps them to find a way forward. And that exists both in the coaching space and very much in the supervision. It comes up in supervision more than even I envisaged it would.
Thank you, Nicola, for sharing that. And we talk a lot about your pies, your pie metaphor. We talk a lot about that. And it's great that you've added that consultancy because I think a lot of people can benefit from a supervisor who is a trainer, who is a coach, like who has mentoring, that consultancy background, because I think that breadth of experience can really lend itself in the supervision room and the supervision space. And we can really learn a lot from those experiences. So congrats on expanding the pie. And thank you for sharing your approach.
Thank you, Nicola. And what is it, you've talked about your supervision style, but for you as a coach being supervised, what is it that you love about supervision?
I love supervision for it being a space for me to reflect deeply on who I am as a human and who I am as a human who is also a practitioner. I feel like in other spaces that I might access in kind of support of me, they're looking at me in my different kind of roles or ways of being. But supervision is that opportunity to look at me in my work. And that is so invaluable. And I hold really strongly a belief that our personal and professional are often mirroring each other. And so I feel so grateful that in my supervision experience with my supervisor, I bring the whole of me, right? So sometimes it's stuff that is personal, but her job is to hold like, okay, how is that being reflected in your work? What does that mean for you as a practitioner? how is that maybe even showing up in how you feel in your coaching containers? And I too like follow that through my supervision clients. So it's just been this really beautiful experience. Sometimes it's felt like therapy for my business and for my work, where we are really able to go deeply on what's going on in that arena. And honestly, it's been so helpful in helping me navigate big personal stuff, but still be able to be professional, still be able to work, still be able to, I believe that even though I was going through hard stuff, I did some of my best work. And that was because I had the support of supervision, that I had a space to go and decompress, but also for me to see the gems in what was going on, and for me to look after me as the vessel that is the practitioner, so that I could continue to do really good work. And so, yeah, supervision is invaluable for me. I have it monthly. When I have those dates in my diary, it's a really good day. And as I move out of those challenging times, I'm noticing that the supervision is different. And the way that it supports me is different. And I'm really enjoying that experience as well. It's professional and personal growth.
You've got such a good way of articulating that. You've got a good way of using words and language. And it's always a question, actually, that I think coaches should ask their supervisor is, are you in receipt of supervision? Like, what does that look like for you? And what's the impact of that for you? How does that impact show up in your supervision sessions that you're facilitating? One of my supervisees said the other day, she said, I know that you have supervision so that I know that you're okay when I'm bringing something to you, you know? Yeah, like when it's in the diary, it's a good time. It's a good time. I turn up too, just like, and I just stumble in and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and this is probably something to note for those who are listening, that our supervisors are in supervision. And Sylvia has said that it's great hearing the connection between the personal and professional.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that, you know, the word authenticity is kind of bandied around and overused in the online world and the entrepreneurial world. But for you, Nicola, whenever I'm in conversation, when I'm in contact with you, that authenticity is the quality in you, for me, that really shines through. I really admire how you walk your talk, and how you, as you said, like, you know, you share your vulnerability and you find the gems within that as well. It's a very, very inspiring, I was going to say characteristic. It's not even a characteristic, because I think it's all of you. I think all of you is very, very inspiring, personally and professionally, and the way that you hold both of those sides and integrate them. And I think the other thing as well, I'm reminded of when you came onto the live before we went live today, you joined Rebecca and I, and we were like, we just have positive energy. And again, there's that positivity. You know, we talk in coaching about the approach of unconditional positive regard, but you do that on steroids. Like, you know, you really are so good at finding the good, right, and finding the strength and encouraging. You're just, that's such a super quality that I really appreciate in you as well.
Thank you. I received that. Thank you. And you know what, as I reflect on my supervision practice as well, I'm very open and transparent within it. And it's what I love. Supervision, it's my sweet spot. Like, I love coaching, but supervision has my heart, really. And I love that I'm able to bring more of me to the supervision space without detracting attention from the client, but also be really authentic in my experience of, this is what I experience of the industry. This is what I observe, kind of on reflection of what clients are bringing, because I find it so interesting that how a coach might feel in the coaching container is so much impacted by what's going on outside. And they feel like they're the only ones who are impacted by the online space, or kind of whatever's going on in the system. And so me being able to just say, I get it. You know, this is how I felt at my early days of being a coach, and this is how I feel as a more established coach, or the transparency. Speaking to what you mentioned earlier, Rebecca, is to say, I take things to my supervisor. Kind of, this is something that happened in my coaching, and I took it to my supervisor as well. So there's that relatability that I think is so important in helping people to feel comfortable, but also like we're not the only ones, and there's so much common experience in what we're all kind of going through. So I'm always very kind of transparent in that.
For me, it's those threads of connectedness that help us to feel united, but to reduce that feeling of like isolation as well, because we can always feel like it's just us.
Yes.
So I love that you do that. And I was going to say, how would your supervisees describe you and their experience with you? This is a question someone asked me, and I thought, is that too mean? Am I putting Nicola on the spot? But I've said it now, Nicola. I've said it.
Well, it makes me think.
I'll give you a second to think about that answer while I put this up, just to let you process. So Phyllis has said, it's fabulous how supervision can be many things to many people. It's knowing that although you may all be wearing a dress, but the colours and the way you put it on or put it together is different for everyone. Thank you, Phyllis. And this sums it up. So Nicola, did I put you on the spot there?
You absolutely did. And it made me think I need to ask for feedback so I can actually give you the answer. I would say that they would describe the space that I create as very held and very warm. I hold a tight space, if you like, so it's very secure. And I own the space of leading it, and take that kind of responsibility for making sure that everyone knows what's happening, that we're following time. And so I hold that responsibility and make that very clear. And then they would experience lots of freedom within that, because once they feel safe, then they can feel held, they can really be. And then I think that they would describe it as quite an authentic, like I'm quite real in it. And also there's a gentle challenging. I'm not bullish, like I'm not, and I will proudly say that that's not me. I'm not bullish. I'm gently challenging and direct in my own way. And I'm always there to listen to what they need. So one of the first kind of, once somebody is opted in the seat to be supervised, it's how would you like to be supervised today? So as much as I'm holding the space, the autonomy is given to them to sit in that. And I contract around, is it okay for me to challenge? They'll know from the beginning it's a gentle challenge. And so it's not that we don't go deep, we do. And I have my own way of doing that, which for my people is...
You handled that like a pro. Although I know that there's an IOU, like a dinner or drinks on me, because I know I put you on the spot there.
Yeah.
But that was good. Sarah, what is going on then? What are we doing? What are we up to with Nicola?
I will share that in a second, but I just want to affirm, Nicola, what you just said about your supervision style. And again, as I mentioned in our live with Phyllis just now, we all trained together. So Rebecca and I have both had the privilege of having spent many hours in supervision with Nicola, and absolutely would support all of you've said. And I remember when we did our training, that moment where you just went, oh, I'm falling in love with contracting. And that love of contracting is what, it was what brings you to holding such an incredibly safe space, and your special style of challenging with such respect and gentleness is just incredible. So just wanted to just shine the light on that first. So thank you. So I feel like this is like I'm Willy Wonka with the one golden ticket here, because actually we have one place only to work with the incredible Nicola Rae, and that place is going to be on Fridays from 10 to 11:30 starting on the 19th of July. So if you want to be that one golden ticket holder and get that one place with Nicola, and I highly recommend you do, because she is absolutely phenomenal, you need to jump on it. You will, I just cannot sing your praises highly enough. So I'm going to just kind of stop talking joking, but seriously, if you are a professional coach and you're not in supervision, you could not do better than being in supervision with Nicola. She's absolutely amazing. So there you go. It's there. So what do we do, Rebecca, if we want that golden ticket? Quick.
One good ticket. Honestly, it's like me saying that supervision is like being in Vegas, right? Like, honestly, I don't know where we're going with these metaphors, but if you want that golden ticket, all you need to do is go to bit.ly/coaching-collective and just click on the link there and you can select Nicola's slot. If you want a bit more support in understanding coaching, supervision, like all of the things and working with the collective and the catalysts, then next week we've got our free supervision and coaching workshop experience. So that's Monday to Friday. We're talking about coaching presence, reflective practice. We've got networking. We've got a masterclass on Thursday. All completely free. So if you want to try before you buy, so to speak, and you want to just feel what that community feels like and what it feels like to be in that environment where we're all learning and growing together, then the link for that is also running across the screen, and that's bit.ly/supervision workshops. So I think that's it for now, Sarah.
I think that's it for now. If you're watching this, let us know. If you're watching, go and get your golden ticket to working with Nicola Rae on a Friday morning. Why wouldn't you? And we look forward to welcoming lots of you next week for International Coaching Week. So what are we on with? Have we got 120?
124 when we're talking to Phyllis.
Yeah, 124 coaches signed up to join us for International Coaching Week next week. We're going to have an amazing time. We're going to be sharing all about coaching and supervision, an exclusive masterclass that we have for you, plus a special networking session for coaches on Friday next week. So do sign up and come and join us for what you can next week. We'd love to connect with you. Nicola, huge thank you. As ever, it's always a joy to speak to you. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
No worries.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.